What is up, guys? Welcome back to Mateo Family Vibes. Welcome back to the channel. Now, in this particular video, it's the first of the month. So basically new bills are coming due. Now, because new bills are coming due, I actually can give you guys an accurate reading of how much does it cost for utilities here in the Philippines, specifically Manila. Now, obviously, as many of you know, Manila is probably the most expensive city that you can live in. Now, it's expensive relative to essentially, obviously the country itself. But it's still way cheaper than living in the States. So with that being said, we just got our new electric bill in and we just got our new water bill in. Would you guess how much the electric bill and the actual water bill was for this past month? Now, might surprise some of you, might not surprise some of you. So we're gonna get into it in this particular video. Now, I must say, right off the bat, water bill. The water bill here, and this could be anywhere I think in the Philippines, is pretty cheap. Like, it's dirt cheap. So to give you some context, me and my family live in a 3-bedroom condo here in Manila, and the water bill for this month was 550 pesos. That is equivalent to about $10 USD. So $10 USD for a month of water service, living in Metro Manila in a 3-bedroom condo here in the heart of the city. So compare that to let's say a water bill from the US. I used to pay $100 every single month for my 1-bedroom apartment water bill. So $100. My water bill here for a 3-bedroom is $10. And it's been pretty consistent, right around $10. Sometimes it's 500 pesos, other times it's 485 pesos, other times it's 525. So it ranges pretty much around the same exact price. Pretty consistent on a monthly basis, which is fantastic. So very affordable water bills here in the Philippines, even if you're living in the most expensive city in the entire country. Now, electric bill. Electric bill is definitely not the same thing. Electric bill is not the same thing, guys. Sorry to say. I would say the electric bill here is pretty high, and it's high in the sense of compared to other places around the country. So Metro Manila definitely has the most expensive, I think, electric bill for sure. It's on par with America, to be honest with you. I don't think I'm not saving any kind of money on the electric bill. It's pretty much the same. So just to give you some context, is the electric bill in America for me on a 1-bedroom condo in America was anywhere from, depending on the month, obviously, because every month is going to be different, but it would normally average out to be around, I would say 150 to 170, in that ballpark. On the really high months, like during the summer months and stuff, the bill would be 180, almost $200 at some point in times, depending on, again, the month. But when it got down to, let's say, November, December, January, February, that bill would actually be like around $100 because it was cold. So you didn't really run the AC that much during those winter months, even in a state like Florida, for example. So this month for our electric bill here in Metro Manila, Philippines, We got the bill. We received the highest bill ever that since we've been here, since the 3 years that we've been here. We got the highest bill ever. Okay, so the bill itself for this month, I'm looking at it right now here, and let me do the conversion real quick so I can give you some accurate US numbers so you can kind of see the comparison. So this month's electric bill was 12,900 pesos. For you guys in America, that is essentially $232.45 for this month on our electric bill. Now, our electric bill is never this high. This is the highest bill that we've received here since being here for 3 years now. Typically, our bill is pretty, on average, about $171 USD a month, or about 9,500 pesos, ever since we've been living in a 3-bedroom condo. Now, before the 3-bedroom condo, and we were living in a 2-bedroom condo, that bill was about, I would say, 6,000 to 7,000 pesos a month. Okay, now just to give you again some context, is about $126 per month, and that was in a 2-bedroom condo. Actually, it's this condo here. If you look here, it's this white tower over here. We used to live over here when we first moved into this area, and living there in a 2-bedroom condo was about $126, did I say? Yeah, about $126 a month. It pretty much stayed the same. Now, I think living there would have been cheaper if one of the AC units that we had was actually a converter, had an inverter. Okay, so the AC that we were using in that particular unit was not very good, was not very energy efficient, and so I do believe that if we had like a dual inverter AC unit, the electric bill would have been way less. Okay, now the great thing about living here, right, where we live now, is we have a 3-bedroom, we have a way bigger unit, which is great, right? But the bad thing is, obviously, it comes with running more air cons throughout the actual condo. Now, it's not like in the US where you have central heat and central AC. We don't have that here in the Philippines. Nobody, even the buildings, the government buildings here don't have that. It's only like probably in the malls where you're gonna see the central AC, type of scenario. But everything here is pretty much window units or split type of ACs. And the window units, most of them are not inverters, so they waste a lot of electricity, a lot of energy. So we have 3 of them. Now, granted, we don't run them all day or anything like that. The one that we do run pretty much all day is a dual inverter, which is fine, and it does a great job at keeping most of the condo cool. It's just when you get into the rooms, obviously, since there's no AC in there, it can get quite warm in those particular rooms. But other than that, the one AC that we do have does a good job. So I was looking at the actual graph that you get essentially when you're looking at your electric bill, and it confirms what I said earlier, where this is definitely the most usage that we've had. Now, it's been extremely hot here in Manila. Like, it's normally hot anyways, but for the past, I would say, couple months, it's been extremely hot. So I know that probably has a huge factor in that, in the sense that, if the AC has to run harder to maintain its temperature and all that good stuff, well, essentially it's going to use up more energy, which is fine. Now, I want to make this point clear, is that I am not in no way, shape, or form complaining about the electric bill. I'm just pointing out the fact of how much the electric bill is. Okay? At no point am I complaining about it. It is what it is. We will happily pay the bill. I hear that other people in different areas like BGC, for example, I saw another video of another traveler that was paying their monthly bill, and they were paying like 21 to 24,000 pesos for their electric. So I am in no way, shape, or form complaining about it, but it is important, I think, that I just share with everyone the real cost of what it is to live here for specifically utilities of electric and water. So water, very cheap, very affordable, anywhere pretty much in the entire country. Electric is going to vary on where you live, honestly. I think obviously if you live in Metro Manila, the electric bill is going to be probably the highest that you could pay. But again, you kind of get what you pay for, where you're living in an actual city that's built out, has infrastructure and things of that nature, compared to if you go to, you know, some of the provinces that might not have all of that and you have brownouts all the time. So that's another real perspective that you have to think about if you are planning to move here to the Philippines. If you go out into the provinces, some provinces are just a common thing for you to have brownouts for 8-10 hour times at a time. So you just have to take that into consideration if you're going to live out there. So here I haven't experienced any brownouts at all here living in Manila. The only time that we've ever experienced any kind of power outages is when they were actually doing the yearly test on the building, where they let you know in advance, hey, we're going to test out, you know, the backup generators or whatnots, and typically it's for about an hour. But you know ahead of time by weeks, so let you know 3 to 4 weeks out in advance before they even do the test. And that's essentially when they shut down everything in the building, elevators, everything. So if you're either in your condo there for the hour, or you're downstairs, you know, but you can't use the elevator or anything like that. You're gonna have to use the stairs, and going up 33, 34, 40 flights of stairs is not the funnest thing to have to do if you get stuck in either or. But yeah, that is the reality here of electric bills where I'm at here in Metro Manila. So I'll share with you next month. Hopefully it'll go back down again. We'll see, you know, how this turns out to be, but definitely the highest bill we've ever received, 12,900 pesos, or over $200 for an electric bill. Again, I'm okay with that because the money that we're saving elsewhere is way more than, you know, an extra $20, $30 for the bill. All right, so guys, that is a video on the monthly utilities here for us, real life, you know, cost essentially for both electric and water. All right, until next time, guys, please make sure that you like, subscribe, share the content, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.